Called the next day from her friend telling me that she had passed. Said she overdosed on something. I feel like had I gave her another chance, she might still be here today.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. We're talking to you guys today about Love After Lockup. We're dealing with Dante, and I want to say this: self-esteem is absolutely critical to your self-value and how you see yourself and how you deal with others and how you allow them to treat you. Okay, your self-esteem is critical to your self-value, to how you see yourself and how you allow others to treat you. We're going to deal with that on this particular short episode where we talk about Dante and Nicole. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification. What uploads? For those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. All right, let's get into this video. But before we go any further, get the conversation flowing. Let's get the intro going, baby. You know what time it is. Conjunction with them, there's a guilt that kind of attaches itself to people that are close to the person who passes away in such a manner as she did. I remember quite some years ago, one of these guys that I knew who was young, 18. He was a dancer, I was a dancer, and we were meant to meet up, I think a week or two before he passed away, right? He suddenly passed away. We was meant to meet up, and I said, oh, I'm tired, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not sure if I want to travel all the way to East to come and do a dance video, bruv. All right, cool. And I was in the same place. And then I said, nah. Then 2 weeks later, this guy passes away. The guilt that hit me, I said, raw, like, even though I'm not a contributing factor, I was like, raw, but still, like, I could have spent time with him. I didn't do this and do that. And I said, if I can feel that little bit of guilt for the mere fact that, I didn't, go to dance with him, at the time before he passed away, then how much more would someone feel when they were dating that person and they feel they could have saved that person? Now, I'm not agreeing with the whole save the person attitude, because remember, I've already told you guys about this. That's a Superman complex. That's a savior complex. That's putting you in an enabler complex, an enabler position also to being mistreated, right? When you think you can save everybody. And what we're seeing from Dante is him thinking he is a contributing factor and sole reason as to why Chelsea would have been saved and not taken an overdose. The truth of the matter is he would have been manipulated into staying, because that could have been a tactic she could have used. Oh, like, I'm going to overdose now if you don't stay with me. Like, you can't be in a relationship like that. That's a manipulative relationship. It's guilt tripping. It's dark tactics. And actually, it's a sickening way to live. Now, I'm not saying she did that, but I'm saying it could end up there. So, whilst I really do understand Dante's position here about, feeling guilty about the fact that if he had stayed with or paid more attention to Chelsea, she wouldn't have passed away because he was paying attention to Nicole. See the logic in what he's saying, I get it, but do you see that there's a little bit of inconsistency here in a sense of, so you want to now make sure you stay with Nicole, but wasn't it because you were focusing on Nicole that you couldn't focus on Chelsea? But you don't blame your relationship with Nicole, if rather you want to try and make it up with Nicole. And this is where I believe where he's trying to control and doesn't realize he's trying to control. Because sometimes we think we're not controlling. You are controlling, not necessarily controlling of Nicole, but you are controlling in the way that you behave in your life. You're trying to control existential circumstances, or how you say it? Stuff that can't be controlled. Right? You're trying to control things that you cannot control. Fate has its way. Life has its way. Okay? So in the situation with Dante now, I'll play a little bit more of the clip and we'll talk a little bit more.
I feel like I let her die.
Okay, so he talks about how he feels like he let her down because he wasn't there for her. But the truth of the matter is, the person has to make a choice to live or to die. If they make that choice, as much as, listen, I'm very empathetic and sympathetic for the plight of this young lady, but you can't put yourself in a position of, if I had done this, I could have. No, because when you do that, what happens is you then begin to overcompensate for future relationships. If I just do a little bit more, if I just do a little bit more, if I do a little bit more, if I do a little bit more, if I do a little bit more, and before you realize you've gone way over your head. You've gone way over your head. You've gone way over the relationship. You've not given that person room to maneuver and wiggle and to grow, because every single time you have, let's say, an argument, you run back to them because just in case you go. It's like, yo, you can't live a relationship like that. This is where he needs to free himself from the guilt. Now, that can be done personally by him just sitting down and really deep in the situation, but he may need therapy, he may need counseling, he may need some support in his area to release that feeling of guilt that's now causing an effect in terms of how he dates Nicole, how he chases Nicole. The whole reason why he's chasing after Nicole is because he's like, I don't want the same thing to happen to Chelsea that happened to Nicole. But you've got a savior complex because you're choosing women from prison. Okay, you're choosing women from prison to try and save them, which is about you, and it's not about them. And that's what I'm saying about the selfishness in this, is that it's not about the women, it's about you, Dante. And there is something in you that you are trying to project onto the woman to say, I want to save you. Right? That's not a woman, that's you. You need to figure out why you keep trying to meet these women, saving these women, trying to hold on to these women, when clearly they're going in a different direction to you are. Right? Let's watch a bit more.
You actually had some good memories with her, right?
Yeah.
What good memories you have with Nicole?
I mean...
Any?
The mere fact that he can't even produce any good memories for Nicole speaks volumes in itself. That this is not even about Nicole. It's not about the relationship. It's about what he feels within himself. And this is a problem that is beginning to now seep outwardly and become part of his ethos as to why he wants to date Nicole. This is not healthy. The reason why you want to date Nicole is no longer healthy, sir. Okay? It's not about your love for Nicole. Okay? It's about what you're feeling inside. Okay? You'll need to save people. Because really what you're actually screaming out for is someone to save you. But you really need just to sit down with someone who's a counselor or therapist, somebody who can really dig deep into your thoughts. Go back to the beginning as to why you've got the savior complex. What happened in your childhood? What happened in your past? This is what kind of stuff we talk about when I'm doing my coaching, because I can't solve your problems now. I could solve the problems right now. I could give an answer, right? But that would only solve the leaves on the end of the tree. It wouldn't deal with the root that's rotting at the moment. Okay, I could, if we're to coach people and deal with the leaves, it only deals with the present now. But the problem is, this is a problem that stems from what? Childhood. It's a problem that happened years ago that's now beginning to surface its head now. What Dante is talking about, the savior complex, doesn't just come overnight, and it doesn't just come because of that woman. That's a trigger, but that's not because of that woman. It's because what's already in us. You know, the Bible lets us know that there is no temptation that God is one that's tempting you. God is not tempting you. The temptation comes from within. You have a desire within yourself that's born out of a thought, out of an idea that becomes action, that becomes actionable, and then becomes sin. That's James 1, if you want to know it.
Besides when she was locked up and she told you everything she wanted to hear.
You making it look like I'm just going to run back into the girl arms or something.
Which he is, which is what he's trying to do, which is he wants to run back in his girl's arms, you know. And for me, I think Dante really needs to take a look at himself, and anybody who's going through something similar to this really does need to take a look at themselves and ask themselves the key question: why am I trying to save this person? What's happening within me that I'm trying to save everybody, that I want to be in a place of Superman? I remember when I was younger, and when I first even come to Christ, you know, I wanted to save people. I wanted to, oh, look, if you study with me, you'll get more closer to God, you'll be better. Like, and it wasn't necessarily that's what I was saying, but my actions were showing that. When I would offer myself to people. Oh, if you wanna study, let's study the word together. Listen, if you study the word, you'll get deeper. No, I don't be offering that. Do you know why I don't offer it? Because if you want it, come and ask me. But I'm not gonna do it anymore because I don't want to be your savior. Okay, Jesus is your savior. All right, I'm not your savior. And the reason why I was doing that was because it made me feel good. Why? Because I like to help people. I generally do. I have that bone in my spirit that wants to help people. And many people like that who want to help people, but they become enablers to narcissists and abusers and people alike because you're consistently speaking from actually a selfish place. The wanting to help is good, but there's another aspect to the help, which is that you want help. You are crying out for help. You are begging for help. You wish someone is doing for you what you're doing for others. Let's keep it 100% true, because when help comes from a true love place, it's about just helping people without the return. But when you are an enabler, the help is with, I need a return, but you say it silently. Right? And that's why you end up trying to save people, in the hope that when you're saving them, they're going to see you as more than what you're seeing yourself right now. Oh, it's real. It's real. So Dante, I need you to leave Nicole alone. The girl just wants to use you, but you are making yourself easy prey. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button. Let us know your comments down below. If you want some coaching with us as well, please do reach out with myself. We're happy to help, and to help some people along their journey as well. All right, cool, guys. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. Boozer. You know what time it is.